Well, I need to welcome you back, and we're still with the big story for today. We're looking at the rising insecurity and what consequence it will have on a nation that is already facing a whole lot of challenges, from economy to the deep disparity that seems to be between the rich and the poor, and now having this as a crisis. Many will say, we hope it will really be able to stand up. But anyway, he's still right here helping us and looking at all angles to it, and we're talking about the other person, but Mr. Gideon Oguns. But what we'll do now, as usual, we'll go get message from our sponsors, and when we'll come back, more discussion right here on the big story.
Oh, yeah, follow the road, auto better quality. If you talk gas matter, oh, yeah, follow Benetta. Gas with the better quality, Benetta. Gas with the full rich man, Benetta. Home delivery, brother, na sharply, Benetta. For Benetta, gas to mango, Benetta. Get different type of gas cylinder, Benetta. I feel like that gas will go last you well, Benetta. For gas matter, Benetta now do Benetta. Gas service in a them they run, Benetta. Benetta make you carry go.
For gas matter and home delivery, make you wire Benetta gas plant for 080-6745-7890 and 080-5904-7722. Benetta gas plant, the Etekwele of gas matters.
It's colorful, so colorful, wow! It's Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant, a leading name for luxurious furniture at Ultra Modern Super Showroom. Well stocked is now located near you for the sales and installation of long-lasting exotic and quality interior and exterior furniture for your living space, such as foreign Turkey royal chairs and sofas, glass, wooden and marble royal dining tables and chairs, conference tables and chairs, executive office tables, reception tables, orthopedic office chairs, etc. Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant has in stock royal king-size and queen-size beds, wardrobes, mirror consoles, wall frames and artworks for decoration, wine bars, big TV shelves and TV stands, gym equipment like motorized gym bicycles, gaming chairs, treadmills, outdoor swing chairs, etc. All at affordable prices with delivery with our vehicle. Make your home that cozy paradise. Locate our super showroom along DSC Expressway opposite Platinum Banquet Place, beside Ugboloposo Junction through Delta State, or call 0806 394 98 0703 368 719. Uzo Furniture Interior Merchant, or comfortable home interior furniture experience.
Well, a bitter experience. That's what the farmers are facing at the moment, with 165 killed and billions spent on ransom to these bandits. It's every reason for every Nigerian to get really concerned and see what the problem is. But anyway, we're still seeing to it, and that's why we're having this discussion. Welcome to the second half of it. And Mr. Gideon Oguns, dealing with the issues, I will not want to make it sound different. I'll just go straight to it. Now, the reports we have is that when these farmers would not pay ransom for their crops to be harvested, what these bandits do, they harvest the crop themselves and put it on fire after taking what they need. That's the report we've learned. And this is not just happening around. It happens around the northeast and west. And even here in Delta State, in Neka East local government, we also learned that even the farmers, they form a cluster and work as a group in going to the farms. But since the month of February, that has stopped because the attacks has increased. So even if you are now 10, 11 going on, like one person going before, you're still not safe, looking at the mode and style of attack. Now, we've seen President Bola Ahmed Tinubu giving many directives to the security personnel. Funny enough, he gave one yesterday, just in the evening, when he broke fast. We got information he had that breaking fast with some of the military chiefs, and where he gave them again another directive to deal with this issue. But my question still remains. Yes, you said the political will seems to be lacking. Well, irrespective of whether the political will is lacking, many will say, even if you put persons in the helm of affair, if they are the right people there, irrespective of whether you're not pushing them, they know what to do, and they do. So the question is, Is it that we're not putting the right persons to deal with these issues? Because when the National Security Advisor, Nuru Rubadu, came on board, there was a feeling of joy and a change of narrative. But 8 months after, do you still have that feeling?
Okay. A good place to begin this outlook. Ribadu came in with his own style of handling security challenges in Nigeria. But those he should work with, beginning from the National Assembly, people who have the oversight function, the heads of the armed forces,
security agencies,
they had their own blueprints. And today, that disconnect is very loud. That distrust had even grown. Let's look at it, a sister scenario. The kidnapping of, permit me to call them, over 200 pupils in Kaduna State. Now, there is no record that said they came in with buses.
We land they came on bikes.
Now, there is no record that said among the 25 or so that were able to free themselves, that their track, the way their modes of movement was known. Then you ask yourself, in a country that have armed forces, that have Alpha jets, that can move faster than these bandits, it's taking close to 10 days and we have not had anything. And nobody is fired. And nobody is queried. All you hear is, I've given directive. You call that a political will? This is exactly a repeat, if you permit me, of Chibok. A complete redress of that incident. I'm not a security man, but I'm conscious and I love security. The area they went, they said the reaction time from the security was slow because it had communication challenges. I agree. Before GSM, were we not communicating?
And were people not rescued?
So I believe that it's just a matter of the persons being saddled with this responsibility refusing to do what they should do and no consequence
being minted on them.
And because there's no consequence, people do the same thing the same way but expect a different outcome. Somebody said that's a demonstration of insanity. So if you ask me seriously, there were so many insane, not because they are mad, but because you can't continue to do the same thing the same way and expect. These people went to Chibok, they did it. They didn't go back to Chibok now. They came to Kaduna State and took their time to look at that area. They can have what they want. Why can't our own people sit down and do the same kind of strategy and say, okay, these are the area in Nigeria, for instance, that have this telecommunication challenge, therefore this is likely to be the hub of insecurity and all that, and you are reacting proactively and not this reaction that is always reactionary. And even in the reactionary, somebody said for people to ferry over 200 people, if they needed a bus, they will have been close to 30 buses. If it is bike, it means they will have had close to over 100, or let's call them 80. You can't tell me that 80 bikes lined up going in a particular direction will not be from here to at least 20 to 10 meters or so. Yet nothing. But the point I'm bringing to you is, since they are achieving nothing, what have those who placed them there demanded? They're always taking their excuse. They're always coming on air giving you lame thing, and it's quite unfortunate. So if you return to where we are, these farmers in Ika initially thought out a way. If these people are coming and they are 5, and I am alone, I can be kidnapped. All right. So since they are coming 5, 6, let's mobilize. And so they grew their own number to about 10 or so. Now these persons have now shifted their own game also. Instead of attacking them in that piecemeal, they now form a higher number and better armed. I was asking myself stupidly, I didn't have anybody to talk to. How did a lieutenant colonel and 16 other gallants fall to an ambush without even one escaping? I even believe that our training is becoming faulty. I couldn't picture it, that all 17 were massacred. It tells you that if you want to go, every layer on which we call security now is defective. How do you go to a territory that is already volatile? There was no backup plan. There was no escape emergency routes. Everyone was swooped in. We are not talking of 4, we're talking of 16, 17. So think of a farmer who goes to his farm. He was kidnapped, paid 1 million or whatever, and so they have to plan. Let me see, try to go back to farm. They plan the strategy. The other people have also changed their strategy. Now they have been overwhelmed. That's the point I'm going to. Yeah. And what will that do? They stop going to farm. If farmers stop going to farm, Mike, you can't import food. Today, $1 is equal to 1,500 or thereabouts. So the importation option is not something we want to consider. It's not even
something that it's a better alternative.
So we don't have the resource to go that way. Where we have the comparative advantage, we have the population, we have the land. What we lack is the security. Why can't government put in that security? And I keep telling you most time on this table that the primary purpose of every government is the welfare of the people. Number one, welfare, security.
No, it will be secure for me to ask you another question. Yeah, we've just gotten the heck of, rather we've just gotten a full understanding that the political will is not just there.
It's not there.
The approach they are taking is a bit defective and is not yielding results. But I want us to still remain with the approach being taken by this administration, especially as it concerns insecurity. And one that I want us to talk about is the naming of 15 entities, 9 individuals, and 6 bureau de change operators and firms that are allegedly involved in terrorism financing. Now, some of their names are already being known. One name that I can confidently tell you that is already in public space is that of the Kaduna-based publisher, Tukom Mamu, who is currently being tried by the federal government for allegedly aiding the terrorists who attacked the Abuja-Kaduna train. We learned he is already in for that. Also, one of the individuals is a suspect that attacked the St. Francis Church at Owo, Ondo State, on June the 5th, I still remember, of 2022. And he was also fingered in the Kuje Correctional Center break in Abuja, which also played out on July the 5th, just a month after, 2022. Now, another major one is more of a career for ISWAP. Was also, many people said he was being responsible. And funny enough, she's a lady.
Of course.
She's responsible for the disbursement of funds to widows and wives of the terrorist fighter of the group. And I can go on and on because I have the full report. But my question is, these names are already being known. Why did it take the federal government this long to name these people? after so many cries have been done, clamor for them to be named, and funny enough, after they've done more damage. But if they were known or named on time, most of the damage they've caused now will not have been there. So why the delay?
This is not security. A friend of mine is a security person told me. He said, you don't feel secure when your security man is visible.
I don't understand.
Yeah, when your security man is visible, he becomes the prime target.
Okay.
But when your security man is not visible, but there is a sense that he's around,
you are more careful.
yeah, people are more careful. This, to me, is window dressing. It is completely, well, somebody wants to prove to Nigerians that he or she is working. Because if you look at the timeline of their activities and the antecedents they are trying to report on that report, you discover that we are in 2024 for crying out too loud. And none of those incidences they are indexing against those people were in 2024.
But that's why I said it's already a known secret. Yeah.
So in 2024, the problem we are facing now, are they still the master behind them? I want to disagree or agree. If they are, then naming them now is beautiful. But if they are not, it means they have already recruited foot soldiers. It means they have already duplicated themselves. It means that they have already replicated themselves. So instead of chasing them, why not chase the ones that are dealing with us now? And a normal client, they will have just put a radar on these people and begin to notice who are their associates,
and
what they do, where they come from, what they communicate with, who they relate with, and they'll be able to draw the lines. They know it better. The people in charge of, they know it better. So you like use them as a bait to get at who is oppressing us in 2024. But telling us 2019, those are historical antecedents as far as I'm concerned. 2024, what we have right now are people like the BDCs. We sat here and we spoke about it. That Rubado cried out that the reason insecurity is not leaving the north is because some BDCs have become their career. Now it's getting some flesh added to the skeleton. So though they didn't tell us the name of who they are, but you can see that there is a linkage between insecurity and BDC operations or operators. Now if you want to, then you hammer them. I would have been happier, sir, if what the news or that report have published was BDC that is in court for so. That would have been a different approach. But this old approach of media or report justice system, I don't think it have helped us anywhere. If we want to curb what is about to sink the boat of Nigeria, which is famine, it is looming. It will be worse than Gaza. If we do nothing, it will be worse, because I'm not sure there's any food aid that can come to a country of over 200 million. Gazans are just under 2 million people. Nigeria is over 200 million. We are playing with a keg of gunpowder, and when it catches fire, nobody will survive.
I know we'll survive the time and rather go on a break for us to breathe in fresh air and do our commercials, because it looks tense in here. And when we come back, we'll continue our discussion as we look at the rising insecurity and already the weakness consequences of them. High food price. Nigerians are now finding it difficult to sleep. And do you want to travel? Well, have a rethink. Well, let's go on a break.